Welcome into Live from Los Angeles, presented by On Location. Visit onlocation.com/SB56 for the ultimate Super Bowl 56 experience. Hey there, I'm Julie Donaldson, and we are outside the Convention Center in Los Angeles, where all the media happenings take place outside, of course, the game on Sunday, and that's what it's all about, the action at SoFi Stadium. Everywhere you look here at the LA Convention Center, it is all Bengals and Rams. The folks here in Southern California are ready for this matchup involving one of their hometown teams. Let's take a closer look. And it should be interesting as both come in with offenses firing on all cylinders. Rams with the edge offensively, nearing 400 total yards and 28 points a contest. And defensively, the Rams have been one of the best all postseason, holding opponents to the second fewest yards a game. The matchup should be a good one, so check out the scene here on Radio Row at the LA Convention Center. A lot of media outlets represented, everybody talking about Super Bowl 56. Now, I caught up with some folks here today to talk about the big game, the Commanders, and everything in between. Talking about that new culture, you played under head coach Rivera. What was he like as a coach for you when you were in Carolina?
He was awesome. Same guy you seen in Washington was the same guy you saw in Carolina. Great man first, has the respect of everyone in the locker room. Great coach. And he's definitely one of my favorite coaches that I've ever had. You know, I tell people I'm better because I played for him.
Why is that?
It's just his ability to connect. You know, I think he has a lot of advantages because he played. So there's not one experience that you're going to go through that he hasn't seen or dealt with. And I think that really helps when you know you're talking to somebody who's been there, or he's doing something because he knows it's beneficial to you and to the team because he's been there as a player and as a coach. So I think that's what gives him the edge over other people. And like I said, when he's just a flat-out good man and a person that you want to play for, it helps. And so I think he's going to be successful in Washington. I think he's the right man for the job. But at an organization that's been looking for credibility and respect in other ways, there's no better man to lead a team, and he has the ability to lead to the win. So I think he's the right man, and I think he's going to do a great job. He
always says it takes 3 to 5 years. Well, year 3 is coming up. You know, we were held back in a lot of different ways. We had Ryan Fitzpatrick go down, played one whole quarter. You're familiar with Heineke. You're also there with Kyle Allen and Curtis Samuel. We never really got to see what he can do. What would we be in for if he's out on the field? Let's say he's got to be out on the field next year to kind of help out Terry and some of those other guys.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't seen anyone healthy, right? And that's the short end of the stick. You know, like you haven't seen the best of what they brought in. And injuries can't be controlled. Like, so a guy should be back at a certain time, and sometimes they aren't, right? I think for Curtis Samuel, he's one of the most explosive players that I've ever played with, period. And he's a threat with the ball in his hands. So with him having a healthy offseason, I think it's going to be a huge year for him. On the opposite side of Terry, he's going to get one-on-one coverages. There's not a soul in this league that can run with them. He's quick as a cat. You can hand the ball off with him. Think about how they use Deebo Samuel. That's the same way that Curtis Samuel is capable of being used as well.
Well, in that case, man, we're ready.
Yeah, just as a flat-out weapon, right? You can hand the ball. People forget he played flat-out running back at Ohio State.
Right,
It would go outside occasionally. Like, he's a real football player, and he has that mentality. He can stay on the field, which he's proven that he can do. It's just about getting it done in Washington. I think he's going to be fine.
You played under Norv Turner, and therefore you're familiar also with Scott Turner as he's taking over the offense now. 2 seasons he's had that. Do you think there's a certain quarterback that fits to a system that they like to run?
You know, that's a good question. I think what you're looking for a quarterback, you're looking for, number one, you're looking for somebody who can make good decisions and be accurate. I think of all the things. If you make good decisions and you're accurate, you can be successful. But the problem is that there's the play called and designed, all right? In offense course, Scott Turner, he's designing plays throughout the week, the off season. You end up calling that play. So there's that, but then there's the play that's actually run. And when everything works out well, you get an accurate quarterback who makes good decisions, you get a completion. A lot of times things don't end up well, right? Right guard misses, left tackle gets beat, center gets some push, receiver gets beat off the line. Now what happens to that quarterback? And so that's where everyone's looking for that special player who can go beyond the play called, beyond just the execution of what a quarterback's supposed to do and make everybody else better. And they're hard to find. There's maybe 10 of them in the whole world of players who can sort of transcend the other issues on their football team.
It's really hard to get that position right. And it's really hard to get that in a draft week. You knew Joe Burrow was going to be good, but there's plenty of guys that have been taken in that first round that have not panned out and played the way that Burrow is doing in his second year, taking him to the Super Bowl. What do you think the key is in evaluating a young quarterback to be able to say he can make it at that next level and quickly?
Yeah, it's so hard. I mean, we saw Burrow on that big stage for LSU, but he also had insane players, right? Like Jefferson and Chase and Edwards-Helaire and Moss. They were, so you wondered, is it the quarterback or is it just they're more talented? But, you know, this is going to be a hard evaluation. So the Commanders can do the veteran route, and if one of those big names is out there and can be traded for, I'm sure they will try very hard to investigate those possibilities. They could try to get a stopgap veteran free agent type. You know, maybe you look at a guy like Mitchell Trubisky, you know, and maybe try to do that. But then there's the rookie option, and there are 6 guys who I think right now are in that pool, and they're picking at a place where you could probably get one of those. But you know, it's not like last year where there are guys you think, wow, if we could get one of those, it's a slam dunk. Not that it ever is. But I think, you know, Marty Herney and Martin Mayhew and the talent evaluators and Ron Rivera obviously are going to look very, very hard at least that first group of 6 and see if you can project. But, you know, Ron Rivera probably feels going into this year like Zach Taylor did and Lou Anarumo going into last year. Like, it's year 3. Be great to not struggle through growing pains, and if you aren't sure about the rookie's readiness to jump in, maybe the veteran route is more attractive.
In your opinion, is there a quarterback out there that's a veteran quarterback? Because we know that's what Ron Rivera wanted and Scott Turner wanted to beginning with, is they wanted that veteran presence, what Alex Smith had, what Ryan Fitzpatrick was going to bring to help develop the offense before they go and get that franchise guy. But in your opinion, is there a veteran quarterback out there that you think is the franchise guy for them, or is it could it be just a stopgap? That's it.
Well, you know, so let's just think about what's been reported over the last year or so. There were reports that Aaron Rodgers wanted out last year, and then he addressed those himself. So this is not, you know, this is not anything radical. We don't know what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers. Russell Wilson, there were reports that his agent gave a list of 4 teams he'd accept a trade to. We don't know what's going to happen with Russell Wilson, but that's out there. You know, Derek Carr, I think if he jibes with that new regime in Las Vegas, he could very well stay and have it be cool. But, you know, you wonder, new regime, I think they're going to want to keep Derek Carr, at least in the short term. So you wonder about that one. And then, of course, there's Deshaun Watson, who, you know, obviously there are some off-the-field things that are still unresolved, but he has expressed a desire to get out of Houston. So if you look at any of those, if one of those guys is available and the Commanders can get in on that, I think they would try very, very hard to investigate those possibilities in a very serious way. And if you can't get in on any of that, is there another veteran who, as we sit here now, we think could be available that could rise to that level? I'm not so sure.
A lot of action going on here on Radio Row at the Convention Center in Los Angeles, where you walk around, lots of interviews and athletes coming out here. Of course, it's all about gearing up for the big game on Sunday. But the NFL is also about the next generation that may be there one day as well. Our very own Samus Reyes took part in the NFL's initiative, Play 60.
You know, it's hard to come after guys like that because I gotta, you know, it's my first year in the NFL. My name is Samus Reyes. I'm going into my 2nd year. I am the first Chilean ever to make the NFL. Wow. I'm a Latino, just like I know many kids here. So one time shout out to my Latino people for being here. Thank you guys. And like they said, it's all about having some fun today, enjoying each other, being in the moment. And I thank you guys for being here, contributing from the community, and doing things that we all know are going to be better for all of us in the future. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys.
What color are you guys? Are you guys blue? Oh, wait, if you blue, you know what to do. Let me hear you make some noise. Oh, that was only 4 of you guys. If you're repping the blue squad, follow him and make some noise.
Coming in hot.
Stay low, low, stay low. Sprint through here. There we go.
I'm going.
Here, and then we sprint at the end. Let's see it. There we go. There we go. I love that. Stay low. Sprint through it. Let's go. Come on. Love that. Ah, you're good. No worries. Sprint. Let's go. Stay low. Sprint. There we go. Let's get it, baby. Stay low. Oh yeah, I love that. Sprint. Love that. All right, come on. I love that. Let's see what I get.
What's up, dude? Good. A little running back station. We're doing dip in and dip out.
All right, love
they
that.
come back right here. They do every cone to change the ball. Hurry up.
I love that. Let's get it, man. Come on. Here we go.
Good.
There we go.
Good.
You want 2 in, 2 out?
Yeah.
All right, 2 in.
All right, everybody here, put the balls on the ground. Let's get a break in here.
Hey, we get a break. What number is this?
Everybody in. Come on, everybody in.
Let's go. Hey, I want everybody to bring out the intensity, all right? I don't want to see anybody slacking. I want you guys to give everything you got today. You got me?
Yeah.
You got me?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. What we got next? Coach, we're changing stations.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Good job. Let's
All right, you guys are going in there.
Great job.
All right, Sammy, tell us what you and I did.
We are here with the NFL Play 60. It's an event that gets together, gathers a whole bunch of kids and girls from the community to come out and play some sports and do some things with arts. Just get together and have a good time and learn a little bit more about football and the NFL, and not only the NFL but also multiple sports.
This is a little different than back home, yeah?
Oh yeah, it's a lot different, man. It's a lot different. We're in California. I live in DC. I play for the Washington Commanders, and I'm from Chile. So I'm far from home, but anyway, it still feels like home because I see so many kids that have so many dreams and aspirations, just like how I did when I was a kid.
Tell me about the transition from basketball to the NFL. What's it been like?
It's been awesome, man. I think it would not be possible without a team. I think Washington and starting with the NFL IPP, the IPP program. Even though I didn't sign through the IPP program, the International Pathway Program, and I signed as a free agent. They were the ones that gave me the exposure that I needed to be where I am today. And then the Washington Commanders now, they picked me up, and since day one, Coach Rivera and the entire staff, the entire front office, they believed in me. They really made me believe that I was the guy to help them in the future. So I'm with them for another 2 years. I'm happy to be with them. I'm blessed. And I wouldn't be in the position that I am today without the help of my coaches. Coach Pete Hainer, the guy that's with me day to day, teaching me from the ground up. When I got there, I didn't know much about football, man. All I knew was that I had the physical abilities to play the game, and I had the mindset to play the game. So Coach P, I gotta give him credits for making me a football player for real in the NFL.
What do you think of the squad currently, the Commanders?
What do I think about the squad right now?
Your team, tell me about your team and its chances. Maybe one day you're in a
Yeah,
league like this.
of course. I think, if you don't aim for the stars, you'll never get anywhere near them. A lot of people might think that, whatever they want to think about us, but inside of our locker room, we are sharp, we are dedicated, we're committed, and we always talk about family, man. I think we're a family full of guys, and the guys that want to play the game, guys that want to be out there, guys that love the game. I have a great relationship with all my teammates, and we all think that, Here we
go! 1, 2, 3!
It's great having Samus represent us out here at the Super Bowl. Now, I am standing underneath Super Bowl 26 banner here at the Convention Center. And of course, we know you're familiar with that. One of the 3 Super Bowl rings that the Washington team has won. And speaking of 3, well, here's 3 and Out with Tress Way, presented by Theragun.
There's a way that we end hang time, bro. 3 and out. It's fun to have a defensive guy on because you like 3 and outs.
Love them.
I don't like 3 and outs, but I have to be ready for 3 and outs.
Yeah.
So how 3 and out works, bro, is I'm going to give you a trivia question that has 3 answers.
Mm-hmm.
When I say go, you're going to press and hold this button on top of the Theragun.
Yes.
The only reason 3 and out is even possible is because we are sponsored by Theragun.
Appreciate it.
Go to therabody.com to get your Theragun today.
Sir.
I'm going to read you the question. You have 60 seconds to get all 3 answers. Now, you can answer incorrectly. You can start throwing out some answers to try and get the 3 correct answers. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
But you only have 1 minute to do so. I'm sure that you're running around a lot throughout the week and cover and run CMC. Maybe give some therapy on the legs, shock the body a little bit.
Exactly.
And we'll see if you can walk out of here with a Theragun, man.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions for me before I give the question to you?
Oh, no. Let's get to it.
All right, man. There you go. You will press and hold the button on the top when I say go.
Gotcha.
Cam, are you ready?
Ready.
According to the 2010 census, haven't got the stats from 2021 yet. What are the 3 largest cities in the United States by population? Shock the body. 1 minute.
3 largest cities. LA.
Population. LA, number 2.
Okay. Houston.
No.
New York.
Number 1.
Okay, 1 more. I got a bunch of time too. 1 more. I need big city. Miami.
No. Shock the body. Shock the body.
Biggest city. Let me see.
Ooh,
Dallas.
Dallas. No. How much time? What'd you say? You had a lot of time. What, like 15 seconds ago? That time's getting down, man.
Let me see.
Uh-huh. Don't look at
San Francisco.
Great guess. No.
Oakland.
No.
That's a big city.
Man, you got
Texas, the biggest state. San Antonio.
no.
Austin.
Oh, Cam, you got 10 seconds. No. Don't look at the clock,
I said LA. I said
New York.
New York.
Oh, Cam, 3, 2.
What?
Oh,
what was it?
man. What if I told you it ends in an O?
Orlando?
No. Man, you're just down south, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, it's up north. Ends with an O up north. Chicago?
Yeah. Dude, I'm so sorry.
Chicago. What I said all warm cities too, huh?
You did, man.
Yeah, I'm not. Chicago too cold.
It is chilly.
Yeah.
It is chilly.
Dang.
I will say, man, your first like 10 seconds, I was like,
crazy, going
crap,
crazy.
He's about to kill this one. And then what did you say? You said, "Oh, I got plenty of time."
Yeah.
You gotta be careful in 3 and out, man.
Got too confident.
Can't be too proud, man.
Yeah, gotta stay level-headed.
No doubt, dude. It is fun watching you play football. It might be more fun to have you on Hang Time.
Appreciate it, man.
I enjoy us just you and I.
Yeah.
We're often everybody's always talking in the locker room, but it's been fun just chatting with you, man.
Yeah, just chilling. You know, the best little TV show I've been on.
Wow. No take backs.
Yeah, I ain't been on them that many though, but
nah, we'll cut that part out. Don't say that. Just be like, hey, you know, everything I've ever done. This
is the best.
One.
Yeah,
see, there you go.
Sure.
We can cut that last part out. No big deal.
We have been getting lots of shout outs about our new Commanders gear out here at the Super Bowl. And when we come back, I am talking with team president Jason Wright about everything that went into the process. It's only 3 minutes. You can do it.
My work has been viewed by 100 million people. My work helps save lives. My work has gone platinum. My work gives people hope. I work at FedEx.
Take your career to the next level with one of our many open positions.
Yep, this will work.
Vistaprint, your partner in an ever-changing world.
Gambit DC, the world-class sports betting app and website. Gambit DC will be there for the first pitch, the first slam dunk. Bet on your favorite sports and teams, collegiate and professional. There are multiple ways to bet. Spreads, money line, over/under. Want to win big? Try a parlay. Want to be a part of the action? Try in-game betting. It's easy, it's secure, and it's at your fingertips. Gambit DC. It's sports, only better. Powered by DC Lottery. GambitDC.com.
All right, here we go. Miller in motion. Wait, is that a baby on the field?
It looks like it, Craig.
And the defensive linemen are playing peekaboo. I've never seen anything like that before.
Harris now appears to be burping the baby.
That's a great moment right there.
Ref going to the rule book here.
Well, wait a minute. Harris is off to the races.
We don't need any more trick plays.
Touchdown!
But we could all use more ways to save.
Are you kidding me?
That's got to be a long bus ride home for the defense.
Switch to Geico for more ways to save.
Now there's a way to make supporting your favorite restaurant even better. Introducing the Grubhub Guarantee. It's our promise to make sure your food is just right by delivering it on time within the delivery window and for the lowest price compared to other apps. Or you'll get back at least $5 in perks. That way you can experience your food just like the restaurant intended. That's the Grubhub Guarantee.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Another rock and roll weekend.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
Unfolded, we decided that we were going to drive up from North Carolina, where we currently live, and then come for the once-in-a-lifetime moment to see the new reveal, the new brand, the next chapter.
Jason, you made it to 2-2-22. Did you ever think that you would actually get through this? Are you okay?
I'm doing great. I'm really proud of today and proud of our team. You know, your colleagues, my colleagues, who have spent blood, sweat, and tears getting to this moment and have something, as I look behind us, just a sharp-looking, really cool brand that carries the meaning of this franchise, and I'm really proud of everybody.
You know, when I was hired, 2 days later, we retired the Redskins name.
Wow.
Literally 2 days later, I'm doing all the interviews of saying we're going to be the Washington football team established in 1932.
Mm-hmm.
Until we get it right. We wanted to take our time to get it right.
Yeah.
You come in, and your entire time here has been pretty much leading up to today, amongst a lot of other things.
Yeah.
But this is one of the biggest
Two other
charges that
things.
you had. Yes. What was the biggest challenge for you in getting it right?
It was the fact that we put a really high bar on listening and feedback. And that was a strategic decision for us. You know, we could have done a process where we sort of went into a back room and picked the owner's favorite name. You know, that's an approach other people have taken. We chose not to do that because we wanted this to be informed by our fans. And what we found is that we have a very diverse fan base. You know, we have fans that were writing us and telling us about how heartbreaking it was that the Redskins name was gone and how the memories of them and their families felt lost. And then other fans writing us and saying, I feel like I can finally be a fan again now because that name is gone. And you've got, you know, little kids sending us cartoon figures, military veterans sending us letters advocating for names tied to service and civil service. And there was one great letter about the history of this club and its importance to Black DC and Doug Williams winning a Super Bowl and advocating for the name of Red Tails along with that. There's so many different opinions. We realize our fan base is so diverse how are we going to do what this brand has done more than anything else over time? And that's under burgundy and gold, unite people who have trouble coming together under other circumstances. And in taking that on, we had to find out what united everybody. And it was these underlying values that we came to through focus groups and surveys and all that other stuff.
I know countless hours, days, weeks, months went into getting here and to this point and getting it right. When did you know it was right?
That's a good question. We were actually just talking about this week, preparing for interviews like this. Like, when was it? I don't think we could ever pin down the date, but I can tell you at what stage it was at. It was about 4 months ago. And the way that you saw today, that there's a logo and a secondary logo, this crest, and a word mark, and uniforms and helmets, and even we designed things where we looked at what it would look like on Instagram, or what the logo would look like on the ticker on the bottom of NFL Network, how it looked alongside other NFL logos. We did that for like 9 to 12 different brand options. And so you've got fully designed stuff across other names and identities. And when we were looking at them all together, week by week, this is the one that just continued to gain strength. It felt like more and more of the traditions of the past could fit within it, like the fight song, Hail Victory, right. The Warpath, Fight for Old DC. Like, more and more stuff started to fit with this. And at some point we sat down and we were just saying, like, do we think this is it, y'all? And there was a bit of a nod that went around the room. And one of the people in the room who did not like this name at the beginning said, I do believe this is it, because this one has grown in strength with me over time. I see how more of what I liked about other names can fit with this, and this is the one that will allow us to grow and expand over time. And then from there, it was about planning for the launch.
A lot of fans, of course, have their own opinions, and this isn't the favorite for some. For others it may be, but you knew that you were not going to get one name that made every single fan out there happy. So what are you hoping the fan base will do, and what will it take for them to really get behind this name?
I think there's 3 things that I hope will happen. The first is that fans, through this process, which has been a real process, can see their fingerprints on how we got here. They see every step of the way. That's part of why we did the Making the Brand episode, so people saw how they were being involved in this. That's one. Number 2 is that time will breed familiarity. The more you say Washington Commanders, the more it starts to roll, and the more it starts to feel like your team, especially as you see it in burgundy and gold. And part of it is just giving ourselves time as a community to embrace it. But the thing that we can do, and we will do, that this is the launch of a brand, not a finalized brand. And so we need to develop with our fans new aspects of this brand going forward. So the fight song, for example, we're going to write that together with our fans through some fan engaging process to move Hail to the Redskins into what it becomes here in the next iteration. We're going to tell the story of making these great uniforms that are right next to us, and the process we went through with Nike. And on the end of that, we're going to launch a campaign by which fans are able to help us design a 4th uniform that will go into action in 2024. So our fans are going to directly influence this brand, not just in the last 18 months, but for the next 2 years as this thing fills out.
It's very exciting as we now become officially the Commanders. Everybody wanting to know where they can get their gear as well. Just head to our website. Things are being released each and every day. So we are here out at the Super Bowl. Also out here is head coach Ron Rivera, and I have the opportunity to chat with him tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. Same time, 7 p.m.